All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Don't go. 180! You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Sunday! You think you gonna get this?
Wentz now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Hey, here we go.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Hey, back up. Put up. Step.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Ready.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, order. He's checking. Cracks. Look at me. Go.
He'll look to throw into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. He's got daylight. The 40, 30. Past the 20, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Eagles 7, Packers 0.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Foxtrot.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey. He's moving, boy, he's moving. Hey, Mike 50. Leo.
Right here. Switch.
5. Pilot, 64, weak.
SOS.
Yo, go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On first down, Overton. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and goal.
Check 52. Ready.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's see what you got.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big play there on the option. 65 yards on the ground. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route-running ability.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Haywood!
2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here we go, here we go. 2-jet.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
In your face.
Go.
Check.
Once again with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
There it is, kid. There it is. Hey, baby.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. This is brought in by Gibson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Check the backer.
Hey, other side, solid.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Ready, ready. 6-6. Pull it high.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get
Hey, Alpha.
50. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Go, go.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike.
Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I'm scared. Mike 50.
Hey, Delta.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50. I'll clear. You
Hey,
go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing his Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Let's go, boys. Bring it on. Ready?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Squeeze, double, double. Shoot the mark. Shoot the mark. It's a party now. It's a party now. Shoot.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Third down. 3rd and less than a yard.
Got it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped him to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Overton. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Break. Bravo.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good win.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming, then got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Green Bay.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Overton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
90, Wolf. Hey, Charlie. No.
Be ready, be ready. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Oh, you got shit.
2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
You better be afraid of me.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll try the left side. Cleveland. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Go. 57.
Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Hey. Mike's 7. Kill. Mike's 42.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup on 1st down. Overton. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Here's 2nd and 8. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, the 30. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 79 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll try the left side. Cleveland. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the Packers' 17-yard line.
Here we go. 280.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Kevin King with a pick, and he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Finding some room at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
57, 57.
42, 42's the mic. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's got some space here. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
You ready?
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, wahoo! Yes, yes.
Hey, me and you all day.
On the ball. We grip.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Hey,
They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Eagles, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.